uh, innovative and emerging technologies. And we welcome you all for this informative session today evening by Dr. Khan Sir and Mr. Shengi. So, in the beginning, I would like Mr. Pradeep Tupeji, our Vice President of PMA, Pune branch, and then to introduce about PMA a bit, and then we'll start. Go ahead.
Good evening to all. I welcome all for this program, and on behalf of each one of you and on behalf of Pune Management Association, I extend my warm welcome to Mr. Dr. Prashant Khankoje sir and Engineer Nilesh Shenge sir, who are the resource persons for today evening. Let me say something about Pune Management Association. I think most of you are aware that Pune Management Association was established way back in 1977 formally. Before that, since 1965, it was functioning informally. The key founder members of Pune Management Association were late Padma Bhushan Dr. Shantanuji Kirloskar, late Dr. Neelkant Rao Kalyani, late Chandrakantji Kirloskar, late Vasant Rao Vaidya, and late C.V. Zok. These are the stalwart industrialists of our country who established Pune Management Association with the main aim of pursuing scientific principles of management amongst the young professionals and young students. So with this aim, we started functioning way back, as I said, way back in 1977, and since then, we are very much active in various fields of management. Recently, we restructured ourselves. We restructured Pune Management Association and established 14 different verticals through which we are operating now. As everybody is aware, management is a very vast area, vast field, which literally encompasses all the areas under the sky. So accordingly, we redesigned the organization structure of our association and established 14 different verticals, right from HR to marketing. Each and every field we have covered. As I said, we have 14 different verticals, but that is not the main important point. What I wanted to highlight is more than 102 volunteer members, though I call them volunteers. All of them are senior professional managers or maybe vice presidents or owners of their organization. They are working for Pune Management Association as volunteer for last couple of years, pursuing the mission and vision of Pune Management Association. As I said, these are the senior members helping Pune Management Association with the main aim of giving back to the society. We call it as joy of giving back to the society. As I said, they are the senior members, most senior members in their respective organizations, and they are enjoying this joy of giving back, sharing their experience, sharing their expertise in different fields with the young professionals, particularly young entrepreneurs who are the members of Pune Management Association. So this is in brief what are the current activities of Pune Management Association. We have collaborations with more than 9 organizations to pursue our goals and objectives. I take this opportunity to invite you all to visit our website, Pune Management Association's website, and see various activities going on, because all the activities cannot be explained in such a short time, because we are like you, I am also eager to listen to Dr. Prashant sir. So, with this brief introduction, I hand it over back to Mr. Aniruddha Barve sir.
Introduction to PMA. And I would now request Dr. Satish Ji Chinsokar, sir. He is director of our IET.
Introduction of PMA. This, on the behalf of our Center of Excellence, that is the Innovative and Emerging Technologies, we have taken these two sessions, and today's session is Dr. Khankhoje. He is going to cover. This is about the energy management and data analytics related with the energy management. Along with him, the Nilesh Ji Shenge is also here. Both of them, they are very veteran in their industry, and they are having more than 600 companies they have consulted. And Dr. Khankoje sir, Prashant Sirji, he also consulted number of organizations, and we are really delighted to hear, because energy is tomorrow's buzzword, as well as the data science is always there, and we are really eager to now listen to them. And I know that 1 hour may not be sufficient, and that's what I wanted to just wish all the best for them for today's session, and wanted to hand over to the Aniruddha ji. All the best, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Satish sir, for your brief introduction to IET. And I would take opportunity to introduce Dr. Prashant Khankoje sir and Mr. Nilesh together, because first Dr. Khankoje will introduce to the topic, and then Mr. Nilesh will also have some case study, or he will also take into depth of the topic. So I will just introduce quickly Dr. Prashant Khankoze. He is consultant in areas of uh, energy technologies, and same time he is also um, eminent professional in skill developments and other programs as well. So he is a transformation coach, strategic advisor to various organizations. He's chartered engineer as well. So his work areas are quite vast. And while his speech, we'll also come to know more about his activity. And I would also like to introduce Mr. Nilesh. Nilesh is energy specialist. He's MTech in energy, um, and he's certified engineer, auditor also for BE, and chartered engineer. So he has also worked for a long time in energy areas. He has published so many papers, and case studies in energy efficiency. So he's basically he has worked on demand side of energy and energy audits. So through his speech also we'll come to know more about importance of topic, and we are eager to know about this field. So I will request Dr. Prashant to start his session. Thank you.
Thank you, Anurag ji. Thank you, Satish ji, Dr. Satish. Thank you, Pradeep ji. Good evening to all. Without wasting much of time, I think we should start because Aniruddha
Yes,
ji.
yes,
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
sir,
yes,
we
yes,
can
we
see
can.
you.
Yeah, thank you. So today's topic is energy management and analytics. So I'll go a little faster because we need to understand more about case study from Nilesh. So I'll just brief you about what is this energy management is. And today, every industry require power, and industry energy or power is a very critical infrastructure component, and most of the production cost depends on the energy cost. And today's consumer, as you see, is worried because because of latest tariff policy, reactive power is a problem, demand charges is a problem. He cannot budget the energy cost for a year because every month he is getting different bill. He is always worried to have options for cheaper power, how to explore that, and what are the energy efficiency measures, because as everybody is aware about COP26 recently last week we had at Glasgow, and climate change is being discussed head and bare, and energy is a major factor in that. Though generation we want to control to move it to renewable energy, but energy consumption is also a issue. and every unit generated, we are evolving 1 kg of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So more and more energy, if we are saving, that means we are saving the nature indirectly. So he is always worried, and we have to find out some innovation to going forward for his industry consumption. So KVH billing, I just briefly go through that. Last year, MSCDCL and MERC has introduced this KVH billing. So roughly, the power factor you have to maintain to unity power factor. If your power factor drops down to zero point 0.8, your energy billing will improve or increase by 25%, even though you are consuming the same power which you are utilizing earlier. So you have to find out some other ways to control it. Similarly, billing demand last year it was 55%, and this year it is 60%. Minimum contract demand is charged. So some cases happened last year because of Corona. Many industries were down, and they have not reduced their contract demand. And some of my clients were worried who got a very huge bill because the machines were shut down, the factory was shut down, but they have not reduced the contract demand. So minimum 55% demand charges bill they have raised without producing any unit. They have to bill. They have to pay huge bill to MSCDCL. So this contract demand, minimum billing demand is very important. How to track that and control that, we'll see. So, what is today's topic about energy conservation and energy efficiency? It's a Energy Conservation Act which was introduced in 2001 with many amendments after that. So it provides for the efficient use of energy and its conservation for matter connected therein, incidental there too. The Act provides regulatory mandate for standards and labeling of equipment and appliances. We are aware about five-star rating of compressors and ACs and other things. Energy conservation of building codes and for commercial buildings. This now ECBC is being discussed in Maharashtra, and very soon that law will come that all the commercial building having more than 100 kilowatt contract demand will necessary has to go for ECBC compliances, and all the energy intensive industries energy consumption norms are set up. So basically, we have to conserve energy to reduce overall energy usage, protect the environment, conform to laws and regulation, improve one's corporate image, and to improve energy efficiency. So what does this energy management means? It is to achieve and maintain optimum energy procurement and utilization throughout the organization. So it's a company commitment to have the proper energy use, because it is a major component in the production cost, apart from helping the nature for conserving the energy, and to minimize energy cost and or energy waste without affecting the production and quality to minimize environmental effects. Energy audit, as briefly mentioned by the person who has introduced, Dr. Satish, talked about energy audit. So verification of monitoring and analysis of used energy, including submission of technical report containing recommendation for improving energy efficiency with cost benefit analysis and action plan to reduce energy consumption. So that's what we do in energy audit. So the simple mantra is to do not estimate when you can calculate, and do not calculate when you can measure. So it is better to go for actual measurement of each and every equipment consumption of energy, so that we can properly decide the way forward. So it's basically auditing and monitoring. Uh, about holistic energy management services in any industry, we have either supply side management or demand side management. Supply side, we have alternate supply arrangement like open access. And 15 days ago, there was a coal shortage, and I have sold power on exchange at maximum rate of 20 rupees per unit. So that was the rate, and the entire nation was worried about coal supply, and people has to buy energy at 20 rupees. Those who were taking power from energy exchange. Today we are discussing about demand side management. The supply side we can discuss it little later. So all the components, lighting, motors, drives, heating system, boilers, HVAC, building improvements, everything comes under demand side management, and we have to analyze and understand their consumption pattern and see how we can reduce the energy consumption. So the way forward for industry, industry has to embrace the new ways of working for initial deployment of exponential technologies for smart energy and management and process monitoring like IoT, Industry 4.0, data analytics, and artificial intelligence. So Internet of Things is the buzzword now, and there are various types of analytics, whether it is descriptive analysis, predictive diagnostics, and prescriptive analysis. Smart monitoring and analysis, that is the way forward, and Nilesh will cover more in detail how to go about it. Basically, it is optimizing the data collecting activity, power usage pattern, analysis of efficiency, real-time analysis of consumption trend, and forecasting and streamline power consumption, profiling and segmentation. So 24 by 7 monitoring is possible sitting at your home. You can have an entire company or entire industry profile on your mobile, and you can monitor sitting at your home. You can have alert coming on your mobile that something gone wrong, there is energy wastage or something is a problem in energy consumption, so that we can have. So with this brief introduction, I'll hand it over to Nilesh because we have to.
Today we will be talking about our product, which is Enerly. Enerly means energy analytics, and how we can save energy, how we can improve the energy efficiency in the industries and on the shop floors, and how we can save money out of it, right? So the applicability of these kind of IoT-based softwares is for industries. It is for all the energy-intensive consumers like buildings, commercial complexes, hospitals, and any type of manufacturing industry. It can provide alerts and notifications. It can provide sustainability data like emission parameters or energy consumption in tons of oil equivalent. It can generate the reports, ready reference analytical data, which can help you to take action based on it. Now, why energy saving? So energy savings are basically profit before sales, right? Now, energy is one of the resource in any industry which you have control over. Okay, you can save your energy. The other resources like your manpower, let's say, or the raw material, you don't have a much control over your this cost of a manpower or a raw material, right? But even though the energy costs are increasing, there is always a huge potential to save energy. As per ISO 50001, which is Energy Management System Standard, there is always a scope for at least 10% of energy saving in any kind of industrial or commercial setup. Now, how to approach this? So first we have to measure the energy consumption, then analyze it, then quantify the losses and the saving potential, then take the action which is reducing or rectifying or optimizing the system. And then again, once you have taken the action, then the next comes the verification of that action, whether you have actually saved the energy or not. Now, the key perspective for energy efficiency is that you save the money, then you can build a brand image, as Dr. Prashant also said. There is a ballpark figure that if you are saving 1,000 units of electrical energy, that is kWh units, then you are reducing, as per latest factor, around 790 kg of carbon dioxide from the nature, right? So when you are saving energy, you are also contributing to betterment of the environment. Then nowadays, many OEMs or the companies who are exporting to the countries like USA and Europe, they are going for ISO 50001, which is basically a standard set to become energy efficient. Also, now these kind of IoT based systems, they are very advanced. They are industry 4.0, and there is industry 5.0 also. So industry 4.0 was digitization of the business, and industry 5.0 is analytics, right? So once you start getting the data, you have digitized it, it is industry 4.0. And when you start analyzing that data, it is industry 5.0, right? Then these kind of softwares can provide the asset management, how your asset is performing. On top of all of this, we provide consultancy services, which includes energy audit, power quality audit, electrical safety audit also, right? So software along with the consultancy makes this as a complete solution. Now, apart from the energy saving value addition, we are providing the different kind of service based value addition, which for a small scale industry having bill of 1 to 4 crore annually can have up to 5.5 lakh of service based monetary value addition. So that, because if there is a small scale industry, the cost of energy audit will be around 1 lakh rupees for that industry. Cost of power quality audit will be around 1 lakh rupees. Now, if they want to go for ISO 50001, the preparedness cost for it is around 1.5 lakh rupees or 1 lakh rupees, right? So, in totality, the value addition from this kind of analytical software will be around at least 5.5 lakh rupees for a small scale industry. We are a software company based out of Pune itself. We have our office located at Chandni Chowk, and we have a multiple channel partners. We have now presence in Pune, Aurangabad. We have entered in Gujarat also in Vapi region. We are already catering in Karnataka, in Belgaum, Shimoga. We'll soon be entering in Chennai also. So our customer base is quite increasing rapidly. Dr. Prashant is our senior advisor, and we look after all the technical part of the this software. Now, before going for the demo, let us understand the architecture of this kind of system. So, what we basically do is we collect the data from different kind of energy meter or a resource meter. So, it can be electrical meters, gas meters, or water flow meters, right? So, these meters are connected with the IoT controllers or gateways. So these gateways are given with Wi-Fi connectivity or Ethernet connectivity for data transmission. So these gateways will collect the data from these meters and it will send it to the cloud. And from the cloud, you can access the data just like Facebook. You'll be given a user ID and password, and user can log in anytime sitting at home from the laptop, desktop, or a mobile phone also, and see how your plant is performing, how your particular machinery is performing, how much are the losses. Now the basic requirement for this is the energy meters or having RS485 port, right? So this is the basic architecture and the requirement for going online for your industry. Now let's please ignore the figures in the software, as this is a demo version. The figures are random. Now Enerly software provides multi-layered data access, and it's a secure data access. And for a group of companies having multiple setup, and if you are taking those setups online, then they can have a comparative analytics, like what is the performance of plant 1 versus what is the performance of plant 2 versus plant 3, right? So comparative analytics you get. Now then there is department wise data analytics also you get. Then energy resource wise data analytics, like some industries, if they are utilizing electrical energy, gas energy, there is oil, there is diesel, there is solar energy, then energy resource wise data analytics they will get. And in most of the industries, as electricity is the prime source of energy, there is a performance assessment on a plant level, which is electrical energy consumption on a daily basis, what is the cost, what is the emission on a daily basis, what is the true power factor as per the latest KVH billing, as Dr. Prashant was explaining, and what is the peak demand, right? Now, we are focusing primarily on power factor and a demand on a plant level, because these are the two parameters which can either save you money, or your industry can be penalized for the same, right, if those parameters are not in proper condition, right? Now, as an analytical part, the software continuously tracks the actual demand or the load of the plant with respect to your contract demand, right? So we are collecting the data minute by minute, and that data is then analyzed with respect to some predefined thresholds, and accordingly your team or the user gets alerts. Now, whatever the setups you take online, accordingly you will get the analysis. You will get the organizational level energy cost. You will get key performance indicators, that is consumption with respect to production, energy cost with respect to production, and emission with respect to your production. So let's say if your production unit is in tonnage, so what is your specific energy consumption, that is kWh per ton, rupees per ton, and emission per ton. These parameters will be maintained by the software itself. So once your plant or industry gets online, within 6 to 8 months of time, you become eligible to go forward for the certification part of ISO 50001, right? Now, there are two layers of the software. One is the plant level data, and second is the machine level data. Now, we saw the overview data dashboard, which is providing the plant level data or a comparative analytics. Now, let us look at the live dashboard of a plant level. Now, when you're coming to the dashboard, so the dashboard you're looking at right now is a live dashboard where per minute data is getting updated. There is energy consumption and cost. There is live data of true power factor and demand utilization. There is a continuous live graph tracking of loading of the plant with respect to the contract demand. Then comes the analytics part where true power factor is calculated based on your per minute data, and your energy loss as well as monetary loss is calculated. Now, if your power factor is, let's say, it is less, then whether it is in lagging or leading condition, that is also evaluated, and what is to be done in order to optimize that power factor, that is also told, right? So it is not just a monitoring system, right? It is a management and analytical system. So software will definitely monitor all the parameters. That is a basic thing, but on top of that, it will tell you how much loss is happening in your system, right? And what action is to be taken to reduce those losses, right? Now, if you are looking at some loss here in rupees, and if software is telling you that this ready reference, if it is telling you that this has to be done, this action needs to be taken to reduce this loss, then your team will not sit at site, right? They will definitely take action. Then, because of the low power factor, how much virtual demand you will be paying, right? That is also calculated. And what is the loss because of that? That is also calculated, right? So this is the value addition of the data analytics, right? So whatever the data is coming online, that is continuously getting analyzed. Then again, there is a summary of plant level of today's data with respect to yesterday's data. Now, on the right hand bottom here, you can see one green sign. So this is a chatbot feature which connects our clients directly to us 24/7, where client can ask us any query related to the software operation or any kind of technical query they are facing. If they are not getting any terminologies, they can ask us and our team can resolve it at the earliest. So this is a chatbot feature for client communication. Now we have seen the plant level data, right? Now let us look at the application level data. Now in every industry, primary energy source is electrical energy, right? So we are taking the whole electrical distribution online. So let's say estimator 1 is a transformer level data, estimator 2 is again a transformer level data. Then upon clicking on a plus sign, you get to see which submitter application lies under which transformer. What is the status of operation? Green means they are in operation, red means they are not in operation, right? Then again, what is the percentage loading of that application? If it is a transformer, what is the percentage loading of that application? What is the compressor loading? What is the power factor of individual application? And what are the current levels, right? So this kind of data will be a big value addition to the technical team or maintenance team, where maintenance team can sit at one place and see how each and every application is performing, how much is the loss happening at each place, right? Now going into the depth of, let's say, transformer. So when you click on the any transformer data, again, for that particular transformer, you get minute wise data update, that is consumption and cost. Then there are also live parameters. You can select the parameter from the drop down list: voltage, current, three phase currents, kilowatt, harmonic level, that is power quality. So along with the energy, we are also focusing on power quality, because many times power quality is a very neglected subject. Many people don't know about it. So Enerly continuously track the power quality performance of the electrical distribution and informs the client about how the power quality is there in the plant and how it is affecting your electrical performance of the plant or the electrical distribution, right? So there is a continuous tracking of each parameter, and you can select individual parameter and see the performance for the latest 24 hours. Then again comes the analytical part, where each and every application is tracked on three operating bands, which is underloading condition, average loading condition, and the overloading condition, right? So all these operating condition, energy losses are calculated in rupees and in kWh, and how much is the saving potential out of it, that is also told. Then for the power factor, if it is a big industry and if they are having multiple transformer, how much is the power factor at each transformer level, that is also calculated. And what is to be done at each level, that is also informed. Now whenever power factor, let's say, is going below 0.999, industry gets the user gets an alert, and in that alert they also get to see that how much loss is happening and what is to be done to reduce that loss, right? Normally this kind of data or a loss, they get informed when they receive the monthly bill, but it's too late when that bill appears in your hand, right? So what if you get the alert once you start there is an event is created and the losses start happening? So that is the value addition again from the data analytics. Once the event starts occurring or the losses starts happening, you get an alert so that you can immediately take action. Then again, keeping the check on the power quality and unbalances in the system, Enerly will tell you how this all power quality status is affecting your machinery performance. In historical side, you can select any historical duration, and upon clicking the submit, you will get the data. Now, let us look at the very common utilities in any industry like air compressors, right? So now, if there is an air compressor, software will tell you the consumption levels, the percentage loading, the power factor level, current levels, voltage levels. Along with that, if your application is performing on an optimum load, it will tell you that it is running on an optimum load. If it is underloaded, then it will tell you how much loss is happening because of that underloading. Then it will also tell you how much is the off time, how much is the run time, what is the peak load of that application, what is the cost and the emission parameters. Again, in the history, you can select the duration and get the data, historical data. Now, I also mentioned about the asset management. So what are the asset in the industry? So these are transformer, air compressor like utility, and also DG sets and solar. So when I say asset management, it means that software will tell you how the asset is performing. Like for DG set, how much is the diesel consumption? How much is the loading of the DG set? What is the performance curve of the DG set? What is the generation cost using the diesel energy? What is the lubrication oil consumption of the DG set, right? So these kind of different parameters will tell you what is the performance status of that application. So this is what we call it in technical terms as a asset management. Another, many industries are having now solar energy. Now software will tell you that being a renewable energy, solar software will tell you that how much is the cost saved because of the solar, how much is the emission reduction happening, equivalent trees plantation is done. If your solar is not performing up to the mark, you will get an alert, and along with that alert, it will also tell you that what are the possible reasons for that loss, okay, that energy loss, and what is the peak loading, what is the solar share in total plant consumption. So all this analytical and the calculated data you will get, right? So just like electrical grid, we can take gas grid online, we can take water grid online, we can take steam grid online. So all kind of network we can take online. Now recently we are taking on Huber Group online, which is a biggest chemical, one of the biggest chemical group in India based in Vapi. So there we are taking more than 300 different kind of meters online. That includes electrical, gas, water, air, oxygen, nitrogen also. So this is about the application level data and the plant level data, right? Now, historically, as you can get the hourly data also, minute wise data also, you will also get to see the department wise data. Let's say it's a forging industry, then you can define the departments, like there is a machining area, there is a induction heating area, there is a press forging area, and department wise data also you can get, right? Now you can integrate your production data in the software. So you can enter the plant level production or the application level production. So for this, you just have to enter your production on a daily basis, and accordingly the KPIs will be generated, right? So software will keep on telling you that what is the KPI levels in your plant, whether your operation is if you are operating with losses or whether you are saving while operating, right? So whatever the gaps are there, that are identified by the software, and it will keep on informing you, right? Now, as this is an IoT based system, these systems are very flexible. Now, if you decide to go for taking, let's say, to start with only 5 applications online, then you can easily top of later any number of applications, right? And this practically this kind of system doesn't have any restrictions on how many devices you can take online. You can take one number also, you can take thousand numbers of devices also, right? So this flexibility is offered by the system, and because of the cloud-based system, it also has a very minimal wiring involved. So it's not a headache for the maintenance team of your industry. Now we saw the all the data on the portal. Now if you have to download the data, you can go to the report section, select the meter. You can download the data which is sent by the meters. You can download the plant level KPI data. You can download the application level data, and you can download the all the kwh of all the meters installed, right? So this kind of different segregated data you can get. You can get shift wise data. You can get 24-hour data. You can get monthly data, fortnightly data, weekly data also, right? And when you click the generate report, there is a list of whatever the data you are downloading, and these kind of reports are generated, where let's say this is a your machine shop application data. So in that, day wise you will get what is the consumption, what is the average power demand, emission, loading of that application, what is the cost, what is the power factor, what is the run hours, and what is the off hours out of that application. Now if you are entering the production data, after these columns, you will also get the KPIs, that is consumption, kWh per production, then rupees per production, and the emission per production, right? So this kind of data you can download. Now, let us look at some plant level data. Now, if you are downloading the plant level report, on a plant level, you will get to see what is the daily consumption, what is the peak demand, what is the emission, what is the specific energy consumption, cost, production, and the emission parameter. So these kind of ready reference analytical data you can download anytime. Now, if you have heard about the energy audit procedure, so in energy audit, normally what happens, we team of auditors, we come on the shop floor with a set of instrument. Then we plug in those instruments to different areas, different machinery. We collect the data, we download the data, then analyze it, then produce the report. Now, what if you are getting per minute data 24/7? So this kind of continuous data analytics can provide much more in-depth insights of your own industry and the applications and its performance, right? And it can help immensely for your maintenance team also, right? Now you can, whenever you can go and check out our website. There are multiple blogs we publish all the time. There are multiple case studies also there. You can go and check out those case studies. If anyone want to get uh, detailed demo, we are open to that also. You can feel free to reach out to us if you have any kind of queries regarding energy, power quality, electrical safety. You can always reach out to us, and we have a capable team who can answer all of your questions. This is from my side. Thank you very much for this opportunity once again, and if you have any questions, please ask.
To ask one question,
Yes.
Nilesh, about net metering. So, can you please elaborate more about net metering in Maharashtra, especially?
Recent development at the central level, it was up to 10 kilowatt, but now up to 500 kilowatt they have agreed because entire solar industry was fighting against that. Last year they have issued a notification for considering net metering only for 10 kilowatt, which has uprooted everybody in the solar industry, and everybody has managed to go to MOP and MNRE minister and everybody. Finally, now the definition of roof is also extended. You can have it on your next place, available place in the industry also, and you can have the net metering,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
you
Okay.
can get it adjusted. It is netted out, the generation and the consumption. So whatever is the left out.
Questions?
Yeah, I am Satish here. Are we getting some kind of the energy leakage? Because nowadays this energy becomes very crucial resource, and the as the population is increasing, these natural resources they are diminishing, right? And that's why, as you rightly pointed out, that we need to be very meticulous and to measure this energy consumption. So many times we are observing the chances are there are the leakage of this energy. Means, for example, if the leakage is there on some kind of the oil, for example, so it is the visible. But what about the other kind of energies? So is our application can detect such kind of leakage?
Yes, sir. Yes, I showed you during the demo. There were some figures indicating the energy loss and energy loss in rupees also, right? So these software they collect the data continuously, and they are capable of actually quantifying the losses in the system, right? The similar activity we do on field also as an audit, as an energy audit. So we take multiple parameters of power, energy, and power quality, and based on that, all the calculations are done, and then the energy loss is calculated. So yes, it can calculate the loss, and it can inform you the loss. How much?
Intervention or initiatives. Can it be clubbed with the environment management drives undertaken by the companies when it comes to EMS audit or EMS
Yes.
initiatives?
Yes.
So can this be clubbed and it can be
Yes, sir.
portrayed that yes, this is our contribution or the company's contribution towards
Yes, sir.
environment protection in or environment management in the wider perspective
Yes, sir.
through energy efficiency. Can that be done or
Yes, sir.
has
Yes,
that been the practice rather?
yes, sir. It has been the practice for many MNC industries, particularly. Like we have a client named Vulcan Technologies, located in Piramgud. So they have IMS, integrated management. They have done, and in there, as a part of their activity, every year they require to do the audit, and they also have to generate these emission parameters. Right now, I also mentioned that whenever you are saving 1,000 units of energy, electrical energy, you are reducing 790 kg of CO2 from the atmosphere, right? So this is a value addition if you are saving the energy in terms of environment, right? So many industries who are going for green co certification, or who have a well organized EHS team, for them it is an annual activity to conduct this kind of audits. And if they are online with this kind of software, then it becomes easy for them to get all the data and to get all the reports also.
So it can become a measurable perspective.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the elaboration.
Because
Yes, Dattatriji, there is a ISO now like 50,001 for energy. So many
See,
industries can go for that certification also, where you can have this energy management, and you can club with environment, and you can also have your CSR also converted to that. So everything can be clubbed together, not an issue on that.
thank you. Thank you.
And with this message that saving energy is saving nature, and if we can measure something, then